Hey Brain Trust, welcome back to the channel. Artificial intelligence is here to stay, and I've seen a lot of people who are completely against AI and a lot of people who use it all the time. But I very rarely see those groups coming together and having a conversation about what is acceptable use. This is a great new tool. How can we use it in a way that doesn't also harm people? So let's talk about it. First up, why is there all this backlash around it? And specifically, we're going to be talking about generative AI. Generative AI has to be trained, and companies are getting this training material from other artists, from musicians, from programmers, but they're doing it without getting permission. We can take this up to the next stage, and those companies are then using generative AI to replace those same artists, musicians, and programmers that they're getting the training material from. So you have creatives who are having their work stolen, and then they're having their jobs replaced at the same time. There's also this legal and ethical gray area of who owns material that's produced by a generative AI. Is it the copyrighted material of the company that created the AI, the person that generated that content, or from the artist whose work was originally used to train the model? And while not as big of a deal as people having their work stolen or their jobs replaced, we do need to talk about the quality of generative AI. A lot of people can tell when artwork or videos are produced by AI. There's still this uncanny valley feeling about them that people can identify pretty quick. Those aren't quite my areas of expertise, so let's talk about programming for a minute. The code that's output by generative AI works well in isolation. It tends to do well with one script, but artificial intelligence really can't think in terms of larger systems where those scripts are working together and interacting. And I will say, I do feel like we're going to get there eventually, but right now that quality is just not there. So now that we've talked about a lot of the issues with generative AI, let's take the opposite standpoint. This is a fantastic new tool. How can we as game developers use this new tool in a way that is good for us, that's helpful, but at the same time, it doesn't harm the people that we were just talking about? One of the best ways that I recommend using AI is to identify mistakes. Especially when programming, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. I still make mistakes all the time. And it's really easy to just take your code, drop it in the AI, and it can identify where those issues are fairly quickly. Another great way to use AI is for learning new concepts. Game development has a whole range of skills involved with it, and chances are you don't know all of them, and you'll need to pick up a new skill at some point. AI makes it really easy to type in the skill you need, ask it for a lesson plan or a curriculum on how to learn that skill, and you can be up and running in no time. I've used this several times, with the latest being for HLSL for shader development. And another great way to use AI is for workflow and organization. Here lately, I've been using AI for all kinds of things related to my workflow and organization, such as my CI/CD pipeline, using it to update commit messages, writing my Kanban board, helping with scheduling, all kinds of things. AI is a fantastic tool for that. You can also use it to talk through architecture and think about how you're going to make systems that interact together. In my experience, the code that it outputs in that regards is not quite great yet, but it can talk through how to make those systems fairly well. So I think the biggest issue surrounding this new tool is right now we don't have a sense of balance. We don't have the sense of what can I do without hurting other people. And one of the best things that I feel like we can do is ask ourselves, is this going to help me or is this going to do it for me? Going back to some of my examples, should we be using it to write code for us? No. But can we use it to identify where we've made mistakes in our code? Yes. Should we use it for shader development? No, but can we use it to teach ourselves how to do shader development? Yes. Another thing you can do is ask yourself, is there anything being created by this? Are we creating code? Are we creating art? Are we creating music? And if the answer is yes, maybe take a step back on that one. See if there's an artist, a musician, a programmer that you can work with to help you. I know there's a lot of controversy around AI right now. On the one hand, it is this fantastic new tool that can really change the way we do things. But at the same time, people are losing their jobs. People are having their work stolen. So my goal with this is to try to reach kind of a middle ground. What can we as game developers do that's not going to hurt other people? I'm really curious to hear you guys' thoughts on the matter. Let me know in the comments whether you use AI and why you do or why you don't. This is one area where I love to hear opinions from both sides, but I know people can get pretty heated, so please keep it respectful. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.